Hi, how are you guys feeling? Yeah. As I was at the back listening to all the beautiful stories, I'm like sunbathing in the inspiration from all the speakers. And as I reflect, right, through all these stories, there's one common point. They all have challenges, right? A show of hands, how many of you here have some sort of challenges in your life right now? Please raise up your hand. Me too, right? And challenges is part and parcel of life, whether we like it or not. And challenges are the essence of the hero's journey. It's what brings our stories alive. And yet, as human beings, we are wired for comfort and safety, right? Now, so between the challenges that we face and the comfort that we want, now we have a tension, right? And we have two choices. We can go through these challenges with a grumpy face, why this, why that, why me? Or we can grow through these challenges with excitement, like a young kid playing the game on the phone, right? It was like that I saw just now, right? With the excitement of a young child. Life has never been easy, right? We will never have a story of the Snow White and the seven dwarfs, and they live happily ever after. There's always challenges, right? And how do we deal with these challenges? A beautiful metaphor that came to me unexpectedly was during a Christmas party a few years ago. I was in Dalat with a family friend, and they were having this barbecue for the party. So me and the grandma, we were in charge of starting the fire of the barbecue pit, right? So it was, imagine, right? It was in Dalat, it was December, it was cold, it was windy. And after trying so hard with me and grandma, trying to start the fire, we couldn't do it. We almost gave up. And then I asked myself, when is the last time I started the fire successfully? And the idea of a hot pot came to my mind. So I ran out to the provision shop just nearby the house and came back with the solid fuel, right? The round solid fuel to start the fire. And within 2 minutes, the fire started. But that's not the story. What happened next is critical. Grandma said to me, "Hey, Warren, now that the fire has started, let's carry the barbecue pit to the middle of the alley." And I couldn't help but wonder, "Grandma, why do we have to shift the barbecue pit to the middle of the alley?" And Grandma replied, Warren, because that's where the wind is. The stronger the wind, the bigger the fire. And I was like, wow, that would be a beautiful metaphor for facing challenges. The stronger the wind, the thunderstorms, the challenges that we are facing, right? The stronger it can ignite the fire within us, showing our true colors, right? So this wind, fire mindset is what I call it as I face challenges in my life right now. So along the hero journey, there's going to be different challenges. And how do we apply this wind, fire mindset? Because this is a story of transformation. For me personally, 10 years ago, believe it or not, I was a school director of a Singaporean university based in Vietnam, right? And I've been in my comfort zone as well, living through my life, my work, day in, day out, repeating. I was cruising, right? I was enjoying myself. But when I reached 40 years old, the so-called midlife crisis came to me, right? The calling came to me. And I was asking myself, is this all there is? What else is there out there? How can I bring more purpose and excitement to my life? So at that point in time, I was into coaching. And they said, okay, maybe I can be a coach, right? And I took 3 months to design a leadership coaching program. And I launched it to the market. I launched it on my social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and there were many, many comments, many love and likes. Oh, Warren, you are so amazing. Oh, Warren, congratulations, this and that, right? So a lot of comments, a lot of encouragements, a lot of congratulations, but there is only one problem. After 3 weeks, guess what? Nobody signed up. Right? I was shocked. I was depressed. What happened? How come no one signed up? And at that time, I booked a 5-star hotel, right, in Ho Chi Minh City for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So it was at the last week of the event, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday is that week. On the Monday, the sales executive from the hotel called me, and she said, hey, Warren, your workshop is on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? It's just this week, right? We need you to pay full deposit for the hotel. If not, we're going to release the 3 days for other companies. So that is the moment I think to myself, that's it, game over. Game over. I was too overconfident about who I am and what I can do. I was overconfident about the support that I will get from my friends and network. Right? I was too confident about my own capabilities. Right? And I was like, there was so much self-doubt in me because I lost my confidence. This question kept ringing on my head. I am not good enough. Right? So that was on a Monday morning. On a Monday afternoon, I received an email from a lady. Her name is Vân An. So in the email, Vân An wrote, Dear Thai Warren, my company has just agreed to sponsor this workshop for me. Warren ơi, is the registration still open? Is it still on time for me to register for this workshop? ? So when I read the email on a Monday afternoon, I stared at the question for 5 minutes because I knew my answer will impact on my future. So after 5 minutes, I took a deep breath and I replied, yes, Vân An. You know what? You're so lucky. We left one more place just for you. So from that moment, I said yes. I knew, and I tell myself, there's no turning back. Right? So immediately, I braced myself up. I called my friends, my network for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I so passionately shared what they will get from this program and the kind of community that we will create together to support each other, to inspire each other. So, on that Friday morning, the first day of the workshop, we had the first cohort. This is the first cohort. Right? And Vân An is the lady in the middle. Right? And it started with one decision, one conversation at a time. Right? And at that time, I still have my hair. So it's part of the transformation. Right? So that was my story of how I transformed. And through this story, I realized so many times I did not even believe in myself. And I have a stranger who believed in me more than I believe in myself. Right? And that is the power of transformation. Changing the way I look at myself so that the situation outside me can change. And that is identity, how we look at ourselves. And that's connected to self-confidence, self-love, and self-worth. So the question today, how did we get here, is a beautiful question because it offers a space for us to slow down and to reflect and to appreciate all the things that we have achieved and who we have become along this journey before we think about what's next for us, right? So the win fire mindset is a tool that reminds me every time when I feel burnt out, stressed, overloaded with huge challenges in front of me, to remind myself, yes, Warren, I am good enough. And yes, Warren, I can still be better. These two quotes can coexist together to give us the confidence to move forward. And my question to you is, what challenges are you facing right now in your life? The wins in your life. And how would you use that as a fuel to ignite the fire inside you? The stronger the winds that come to us, you will blow all our superficial mask that we are hiding behind, that protects us, so that what is left is revealing the fire, the passion, the purpose that is burning inside us. The stronger the wind, the bigger the fire. For all the challenges that we have faced in the past, that has shaped us to be who we are right now. And for all the challenges that we will face in the future, that will shape us to who we can become. All right? So use the wind to find your fire. You got this. Thank you.